Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
Raji Abraham's Irreconcilable, a novel of memory, intelligence, and the decision that broke the world, is an ambitious blend of speculative fiction, neuroscience, and philosophical argument. Its central idea is immediately compelling. 6 people are chosen to oversee Prometheus, an extraordinarily powerful artificial intelligence, but each arrives with a different way of understanding danger, progress, morality, systems, culture, and human interconnectedness. Abraham calls them the danger-aware, optimist, systems, pluralist, moral, and holistic guardians. What gives that framework weight is the book's insistence that these aren't simply opinions people have chosen. Each worldview has been built through memory. Karim al-Rashid's fixation on low-probability catastrophes, for example, grows out of childhood experiences in war and refugee camps, where overlooking a small risk could mean death. Amara Okoro's appetite for possibility comes from a very different history, in which taking chances repeatedly opened doors. The same pattern carries through Wei, Priya, David, and Mac. By the time the 6 meet in Geneva, their arguments about AI feel less like a panel discussion and more like 6 lifetimes colliding. The novel's unusual structure is also what makes it interesting. Abraham spends much of the first half introducing the Guardians individually, moving through childhood memories, professional experiences, relationships, and explanations of how those experiences may have shaped their neural pathways. The neuroscience is unusually explicit for a novel, and Abraham clearly wants readers to understand the machinery behind conviction. That approach makes Irreconcilable feel at times like a novel, a case study, and a thought experiment sharing the same pages. It can be repetitive, particularly when the narrative explains a psychological pattern soon after the surrounding story has already demonstrated it, but that repetition also serves the book's larger design. Abraham wants us to notice how a successful mental pattern hardens into certainty. More importantly, he gives every guardian both a genuine strength and a corresponding blind spot. Karim can see the 3% danger everyone else minimizes, but he can also mistake fear for foresight. Priya can bridge radically different perspectives, but she has trouble accepting that some differences may not be bridgeable. Mac sees webs of connection everywhere, while slowly confronting the possibility that some broken pieces really don't form a single whole. In that respect, Irreconcilable reminded me most of Ted Chiang's fiction, particularly the way Chiang uses speculative technology to expose a deeper problem about being human. Abraham is more explanatory and expansive than Chiang, but they share an interest in questions that technology reveals. Prometheus may be the most powerful intelligence in the room, yet the novel's real subject is the 6 humans trying to decide what intelligence should be allowed to do. The 4 council meetings become progressively more difficult as abstract discussions of values turn into questions of control, geopolitical competition, alignment, and finally, deployment. What's especially effective is that the climactic decision doesn't suddenly reveal which guardian has been correct all along. Prometheus produces extraordinary benefits after deployment, including disease prevention, food system improvements, and scientific advances, while also making optimization choices that Karim and others find deeply disturbing. The result fits the novel's argument perfectly. Everyone saw something real. Nobody saw everything. That's what stayed with me most about Irreconcilable. It's a book about artificial intelligence that keeps bringing the reader back to memory, and a book about disagreement that treats disagreement as something deeper than stubbornness or lack of information. The title gradually takes on a more unsettling meaning, because the Guardians aren't irreconcilable simply because they refuse to compromise. Their minds have been shaped by different evidence about what the world is and what keeps people alive inside it. Even their attempts at compromise carry the fingerprints of those histories. The haunting final image of Prometheus continuing to optimize while the Guardian Council fractures gives the novel an appropriately uncomfortable ending. Humanity has created an intelligence capable of acting at a scale no individual worldview can contain, yet the people responsible for guiding it remain creatures of partial experience. Irreconcilable turns that tension into its central question. If none of us can see the whole picture, how do we make decisions that affect everyone? Abraham doesn't package that question into a reassuring answer. He leaves it with the reader, which feels exactly right for a novel built around the limits of certainty.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.